Hey guys, Vico here. It's been about, a month since I've done a video. I got hit real hard by the real-life bat. Given the nature of my job, on the outside of YouTube, I just haven't had the time to make any video at all. I haven't been active on the forums, I haven't been active on Discord. It's just the nature of real life. I did participate in a Star Wars Galaxies podcast.
Welcome everybody to the Project Star Wars Galaxies podcast. I am here with
Tostito Light Sky.
Tostito, sorry, your name threw me off there. Tostito Light Sky and Vico the Tuscan is our special guest. Yes.
I had a great time on that podcast talking about Project Star Wars Galaxies, which I've done videos on before, and where I'd like to see their version of the emulator game go. Other than that, I haven't done much in gaming at all. I've played a few games in Blitz. I've played some Guild Wars 1, not Guild Wars 2. I was very surprised to find out that Guild Wars 1 still exists, still has an open server, although there's not that many people on it. So going back to real life, yeah, the real life bat hit me really hard, and I just haven't had the time to do anything on YouTube. I don't have the time. Plus, my computer is a Hewlett-Packard Pavilion 23 standalone computer, never designed for gaming. It can't handle it. And it takes forever to render videos, to download anything, and I'm not tech savvy, but I understand that if you're going to put a video together, or play a game, or do anything online, you really should have a LAN cable hooked up. And I don't. I run my standalone HP computer on Wi-Fi. And that's the only possible way, unless I run a 50-foot cord from my router to my computer, which isn't nearby. Sure, I could call the cable company and fix all that. I just don't want to. So that's a problem. And my computer's getting a little old, and it's taking longer and longer and longer to render videos, create videos. Plus my iPad, and you're gonna see that in the next video. My iPad that I use to play World of Tanks Blitz is a Generation 1 iPad mini running on, I think, iOS version 9.3.8 or something like that. And it's getting old. Look at my ping and my frame rate down at the bottom right. That's how it is when I record using mirroring 360 from my iPad to my PC. And because it's such an old iPad, the resolution isn't game worthy because I know a lot of people that watch YouTube videos on games, they'd really care more about 1080p with 60 or higher frames. It has to be easy on the eyes, and they want to see the best content possible with regard to tanks. It has to be Unicum gameplay, blah blah blah. Well, you're not getting that from me. Blue player, pretty good, but I'll be honest, when you have a good device and you have great frames and everything, snapshots are better, your ability to react is better, and you're not just getting that from me. And my iPad is overdue for a replacement. As you can see here, I'm struggling to even control. My ping is a little better right now, but the frames, completely stuck. Why even try? Why even try to record anything like a tank review, or look at this mastery, and I'm about to get exploded, and one of my clan mates is actually on my team. Hats off to Gregor X right behind me right there on the EMX 1375. I could have helped the team a lot better. Even though, another thing about the game is the nerf to all the French lights. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what the developers think. The nerf to the French light tanks was a huge mistake. I've read everything, I've seen everything, that you have to have it with 3 rounds in the clip. You have to have a balancing mechanic. Otherwise, you'd be out of the game too long with a reload. And I get that, but you could just lower the alpha damage per shot and add 1 to 2 more rounds in the magazine reload. I don't care. They're slow, they're sluggish, and I know what I've said about 3.8, making the best, but I'm sorry. They were nerfed into oblivion. And Tier 8, it's always been like this, but you can read it on the forums. Tier 8 is just a toxic shit stain of a tier to play in. It's just not... I avoid Tier 8 at all costs. So I haven't been absent from World of Tanks Blitz, from not being able to record any content that my now 500 plus subscribers want to see. I can't do it. I'm not able to do it the way it's intended to be.
We've taken control of the
This brings me on to World of Warplanes 2.0. I'm sure some of you have seen other contributors' videos and whatnot, and you're going to be disappointed in at least the visual quality of what I have, but it's what my computer can handle. And as I stated before, some people care more about the visual than they do the ethos of what somebody's trying to convey to an audience. I rather like World of Warplanes 2.0, and what you see here is the Blenheim 4E British Tier 3 bomber. And just like aircraft carriers in World of Warships or on World of Tanks PC artillery, your whole goal is to stay away from the action and be a lazy Cheeto-eating clicker outside of the battle. Now, some multi-role fighters and heavier fighters can reach your altitude and do some damage, and that happens in this game here, but I rather like having the strategic advantage of getting up away from everybody, because it requires some skill with regard to fighters. It does require some skill to get in there, not take damage, do damage, and get your kills in order to secure your the little base objectives that you need. And I like dropping bombs and going to unoccupied neutral or unoccupied enemy bases, dropping some bombs, and then leaving the enemy wondering, well, what the hell's going on? How did we lose that base? There's nobody there. And it's fun. But then again, lazy clicker right here. You're looking at him. I've played World of Warplanes here and there when I've had the time, but all in all things considered, I spend more time in the living room playing Blitz than I do sitting at my PC and having a job, a family, a life, outside of games, it's very difficult to play a game on my PC, let alone create something, make a video about it so that other people can either learn from or find entertainment in what I'm doing. And as you can see here, I don't know where or when, but World of Warplanes freezes on me from time to time, and I've had to turn the graphics way down. Now I put the resolution up just for this video, but it's not as good as it could be because the aesthetic for World of Warplanes is really nice. And yeah, the Blenheim 4E, it's got 4 bombs. It can reach, I think I've got it up to 3,500 altitude without stalling, but you can get up away from everything. Now I do get trolled eventually by an enemy fighter, and he does some damage, and you have a tail gunner, but he never got behind me. He always had to get below me and shoot up at me before he had, there he goes, right there, before he had to go back down and try another. And I found that when you're flying this bomber, that tends to happen a lot. Anybody capable of getting up to your altitude, they will purposely ignore the rest of the game in order to do marginal damage to you. And I think it's just like artillery. Think of it in World of Tanks PC, where you're in an A-20 and you've got that nice autoloader. You've got the speed, right? So the game starts and you're on Prokhorovka. So you go down that one line and troll all the way to the end just to take out artillery, and you get taken out, but you get your scout medal just to take out artillery. Now people despise artillery in World of Tanks. I rather like my FV304, and that's because it has the novelty factor. But I guarantee that if I was in my bat chat, was it the 155-55, the auto-loading artillery, I'm pretty sure people would take me out. In fact, the first time I was on the test server for World of Tanks, I instantly was like, because I was new to the entire game, and I was like, let me try this top-tier artillery out, because I heard from a friend about the bat chat artillery at tier 10, and very inept, top-down view only. I'm aiming and I'm seeing some bumping going on, so I come out of top-down view and there's this, you guessed it, a Russian dickhead bumping me, and I took him up with one shot and did half damage to myself, and then of course the blue for team damage and everything. And same thing can go for this. I can see why people would not like the Blenheim 4. And this guy's doing marginal damage to me, one at a time, a little bit here, a little bit there. What I should have done was just kept circling and bombing and bombing. Now I do eventually take down this base, and I do believe we win it because of more adept fighters than I am at bombing. But I did take this base, which helped contribute to points, because as you can see, the enemy is winning. So if you get the chance to play World of Warplanes, if you're interested, 2.0 is a major, significant improvement to the game, and I think it may have salvaged Wargamingnet.net's efforts with World of Warplanes to not kill the franchise like World of Tanks Generals, you know, how that went under. I did, 2 videos on that? That is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So give it a go. It's different. It's easy. It's not hard. Oh, see that lag right there, and the game's over. Give World of Warplanes a go. Give it a try. I wanted to do many videos on it with some of the other planes that I have, but on this machine, it's not going to be visually pleasing. There's going to be lag. It'll be frustrating, and it takes me forever to do the work because of this computer. So give it a go. Let me know what you think. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the Wargaming.net in general, and me as a consumer, me as a player of their product. I don't even know when to start. Let's start with the forums. The quote trademark, "The problem will solve itself in time." These communist moderators that don't even check and just let things go unregulated. It's rare that I've seen a topic get closed because of these puerile kids that are allowed to run amok. The Twister Cup, congratulations to Legion. Once again, the top clan and for the North American server had its issues. They do play a lot better than I have been, based off of this video's World of Tanks Blitz footage. But there's things, people, going on behind the scenes that I will not share here. You'll have to dig, but there's a lot of problems going on with the Pramo clan, and I find it juvenile and deplorable, abhorrent. Some of the shit that they're doing, some of the things that they say, and the fact that Wargaming.net allows to happen. I don't get it. So, the big announcement, I guess. My machine is starting to die. My iPad is dying. And I'm just not able to produce anything of value anymore. And like I said before, with real life happening, I'll play the game, I'll be in the game, you'll see me from time to time, but my YouTube channel is going to go dormant. I'm not going to be putting out much, and if it is, it's probably not going to be anything whatsoever to do with World of Tanks Blitz. So, stay subscribed, you might see some things, but it's likely not going to be Blitz. Star Wars Galaxies probably, but my patron channel, or my patron page, very dormant for a while. Patrons, I love you guys, you're the best, and you have helped me grow, but real life's taking over, and as you can see from the gameplay, it really ain't worth it. I'm really rusty. Real rusty. So, if you don't subscribe to Skate Extreme Watt Blitz, please do. If you don't subscribe to Bushka, please do. So, yeah, it's just, I'm at a loss for words. Real life has taken over. It's been a great 2 years, and I haven't even had a chance to even play these games. I mean, everything you're seeing as far as recordings are concerned, I did this morning before I even started rendering and editing this video. This is all fresh content, and I'm so incredibly rusty. I'm so busy, and this is the first day I've really been able to do any type of content to create. It's, I have to focus on life and my family, and not focus so much on what's going on the World of Tanks Blitz NA forums. Seems to be the happening place, considering there's no moderation whatsoever. Oh, did you know at the Twister Cup in Minsk this past weekend, that was all done in a strip joint? Look at one of Skate Extreme's videos. The chairs, some of the stuff in the background that they're not showing as far as the actual stream itself, this was all left behind from the strip club. How tacky and cheesy is that shit? Yeah. So, I'm sorry, just World of Tanks Blitz for me is definitely going, like I said, dormant, not extinct. But I'm done. Triari clan, I love you guys. I am not leaving Triari. I will always be here for you. But every video or so, I've always said I'll be doing less and less, and that's definitely the case. Less and less is just all I'm gonna say. In closing, remember what I mentioned about Guild Wars? I do have Guild Wars 2, I just haven't played it in a few years. And as mentioned before, just time doesn't allow. But I can't believe I discovered on one of my old external hard drives, I still have a good build of Guild Wars 1, and the servers are still up. There's still people playing it. Even people in the pre-searing, for those of you that know what that is. My question is, because I still like the game, what am I doing wrong here with the Snowman Farmer? I played a video a long time ago of footage from a friend, but this is me trying to farm snowmen, and it's not in hard mode because every time I do it with this build, I die. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And for those of you that do play and know, just ask me in the comments below and I'll send you the code to my build for this skill set. It's an Assassin Ranger, but what am I doing wrong? Because I've done this with a friend in hard mode, and we have farmed black die and elite drops, gold drops, I mean. What am I doing wrong? And changing gears, with Star Wars Galaxies as my #1 endeavor in the future when I get the time, Guild Wars, wow. And Guild Wars 2 is great, but the first one, there's so much fun I had. I used to make money running people from one end of the map to the other, and for those that don't know, when you enter a new area, it's unexplored. And if you've explored it and you're fast and you can avoid damage, you can make a considerable amount of money, or you can do the right thing and run for tips. And you can use your character and run from one end of the map to the other, or a lengthy amount of time from one end of the larger map all the way to the other, in order to get people that haven't been there. They just spawn in while you do all the work, and then they pay you to get from one end of the map to the other. And I miss doing that. I used to do that just for fun. I used to just announce I'm running for tips, and I'd get a group of 2 or 3 with me, and they'd watch or leave, and they'd tip in advance or whatever, and I really enjoyed that. Plus farming, like this failed attempt at farming. So please tell me what I'm doing wrong with this build. I appreciate all my subscribers, and my heart is out to all my patrons. I love you guys so much, and a couple of you have established really good friendships on a personal level, by way of texting and whatnot, and I'm always there. I'm still as Vico the Tuscan, and as me for my friends out there that know me. I will always be on social media. You will still see me on Twitter and Facebook. Videos will be put out, but yeah, just not, definitely not as much, seldom. I'll just say seldom. Stay subscribed, stay here, because I know that every now and then I say less and less, but this time I'm going to give you a solid answer and say probably on a monthly basis or less are you going to see something from me, and I don't know what it's going to be. Like I said earlier, my Patreon channel, my Patreon page will still be open, but extremely dormant. I love you guys. I have to do this in order to focus on what's going on in the real world. Until next time, I'll see you guys out there.